Hi, Channing. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good to see you. Welcome to Chicago. You were just telling me how much you love it here.
Yeah, no, I love it here, man. There's good food, good people, good sports, good art. So yeah.
You said that you like to hang out at this one particular place by the Bean.
Yeah, by the Bean, the bookstore and the Art Institute. I could just lose myself in there and spend a lot of money. I got a lot of crazy, amazing books in there.
That is so cool. Well, welcome back. And of course, you're here talking all about this movie, Magic Mike. Love this movie. I don't know if some of the guys have said the same thing, but I love this movie. Such a great movie.
Yeah, I think the guys are generally always kind of shocked that they kind of liked it a little more than they thought they would, because they probably were going into it thinking something else.
Yeah. So first of all, how did this movie sort of come about? Because of course you sort of had a past with stripping a little bit.
Yeah, a little past. Did a little stint as a stripper in Florida, but no, I was having a beer with Soderbergh after I was working with him about a year and a half ago, and I told him about my past, and he's just like, that would make the craziest movie, and we got to do it. And I was like, whatever you say, Soderbergh. I'll, he told me when to show up, and he's like, well, you should write it. And I'm like, I don't know how to write a script. And he's like, well, do you have a buddy that writes? And I'm like, I do have a buddy that writes. He's like, you guys should start writing. We did, and lo and behold, 3 months later, we're making a movie, and we did it all ourselves. It was a really sort of a family affair.
So you could tell, I think you in particular in the movie really got some of the moves down, and you really knew what you were doing in there. I think it shows. A lot of your experience paid off, obviously.
Yeah. I had to sort of brush up off the, dust off the old moves
right,
a
sure.
bit, but yeah. It was fun.
When you think of those strip years, you think of them fondly? Do you?
Yeah, it was a crazy time in my life. It wasn't like a fond time. It was just like you could look back and you're like, I survived that, and I got out pretty relatively unscathed. And some people didn't. Some people that I know are still sort of holding on to those years. And but I got out and sort of I took what I got from it, in a way.
I was gonna say, are some of your buddies, do they know about this film? Have they watched it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, one of my best friends, we were in together. I feel like it's like prison. we did our time together.
Right.
No, but he hasn't seen it yet. But I'm really excited for him to see it though, because it's gonna be a crazy thing.
And do some of your stripper buddies, they know about it too, or you still talk to them at all?
No, I don't really talk to anybody but my best friend. Because we went in together. I don't really talk to very many of the other guys, and because it's not the real story. It's not nothing actually is factual in the movie other than I was an 18-year-old kid and went in and I had a sister, and that's the only thing that's in the movie that actually is factual.
Okay. Yeah. So not too much of it is autobiographical.
No, nothing. Yeah. Very little, if anything. We just made up our own story. If we put the actual real events in it, you just wouldn't really even believe it. You'd be like, yeah, they just made up that bizarre crap because it's a movie.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
crazy stuff went down. Okay.
We're gonna put it in other things. I'll put it in other things in life that will.
What was your stripper name, by the way? Do you know?
Chan Crawford.
Chan Crawford.
Such a weird name. I didn't pick it. I would have picked a lot cooler of a name, like Debo or something. I don't know.
Debo. Okay. So I love too, by the way, working with Matthew McConaughey, and you do the Matthew McConaughey impression. Can you just do a line?
All right.
I love it. What was he like to work with on the set?
No, that man is the best part of our movie. He commits and goes in so hard as an actor. It made me reevaluate myself and what I was doing in the movie and other films that I'm gonna go do. The movie doesn't start for me until he comes on screen. He's just such a bizarre and bigger than life character in our film, and he really makes the movie in my eyes.
What does your wife think of the film?
She loves it. She's seen it 15 times because she has to watch all the different cuts, and she's been very opinionated in what she likes and doesn't like and whatnot. But she really likes the movie.
What doesn't she like?
It's more of just she has really specific sort of notes, just on scene's too long. Cut that scene. It rambles on. I don't like that shot. She's really specific.
Oh, because I thought maybe you'd say you need to be more greased up in this shot. You need more abs in this one. Not so much that, huh?
No. She was really. She gave me some good notes and on the dancing side of things. So. Yeah.
That's right, because you both dance, obviously. Yeah. So, and speaking of the dancing moves, what was that like trying to practice all that stuff? And did you help the other guys?
Yeah, I helped them a little bit, but we had choreographers. We had these two amazing choreographers that have choreographed for Britney Spears, Pink, I mean, you name it. Alison Falk and Teresa Espinosa, they're just incredible, and they had a very interesting time choreographing this, because it's completely different than what they're used to.
I would imagine. Did they help you with the move where you're on the ground doing the work? I don't know exactly what you call it.
I don't even know what it is. I just sort of, some of it was freestyle, some of it was planned. But yeah, I don't know. I have no idea why or how it even happened. I black out when I dance. And
do you really?
No.
Oh, because I was going to say, because some of those scenes, what was it like? You have all these ladies around you and kind of grabbing onto you.
It's crazy, they're paid to do that. They're extras,
right?
But I don't think they were having to work too hard. They went nuts on Matthew McConaughey. Like they actually ripped his thong off.
Are you serious?
If you watch it closely in the movie, he's having to hold it. He's having to hold it in place because they literally ripped it off.
What about? Did you have any moments like that at all, where the thong's slipping off?
No.
Nothing like that.
I think I was moving too much for them. Like I think that they were just like, I'm gonna get kicked in the head or something if I don't stay away.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. And have you heard of this whole 50 Shades of Grey thing?
Yeah. My wife's read every one of them.
Has she really? Yeah. I'm in the middle of the second one. So does she chat with you about it at all? And
very much so. She has to tell me everything that's happening. She's like, oh my god, and then they're at this table at dinner, and like I'm just like, oh right, babe, okay. I get it.
Is it true you're maybe in talks to be Christian Grey?
No one's coming to me for it.
No? Oh, okay. Gosh,
because
I could see that.
That'd be cool. Look, I mean, I'm interested to see how that movie does, because I'm wondering if women want to go and sit next to each other while that's happening on screen. Like, I think it's really fun for y'all to talk about it and like for people to talk about it, like me and you.
Right.
But it's just like, do we want to just sit and like basically watch like softcore masochistic porn? Like,
I guess I haven't thought about it too much, really. But
like, I'm gonna be really interested to see if people go and show up to the
For
theater.
me, it was interesting to sit there and watch this movie with all these like hardcore critics around, all these uptight men like watching the movie. That was fun.
They're just like, I'm like a penis bump. That's fine.
Pretty much. Well, Channing, thank you so much. So nice to meet you.
Thank you.
And I hope the film does really well. Thanks so much.